Our next speaker coming to the stage is principal partner at Prism West. After a career in professional football, he began working in political campaigns in 2012. Since 2016, he's led campaigns focusing on gun violence prevention, police accountability, and criminal justice reform. He now works to identify, grow, and elect progressive candidates of color. Please make so much noise for Riall Johnson!
Tessie. Hi. Oh, it's a bigger crowd than I can see back there. So, please forgive me in advance. I don't want to be Mr. Debbie Downer or anything here, but I want to talk about some things to give some clarity about what's really at stake and what else is at stake. I see a lot of familiar faces here, and because I've seen you out here before. We've done this before. This is our second Trump term. And because we did this, we had this energy, we were able to get him out. And that's why it's important that we do this again. But I want us to really recognize that we have to follow through this time. Otherwise, he's just going to come back again. We're just going to have another version of Trump if we don't follow through on the demands that we're going to have that we had last time when we talked about Black Lives Mattering, when we talked about criminal justice reform, we talked about holding police accountable, and we talked about taxing the rich. We got Democrats elected, and none of that happened. So I want to make sure that we remember, if we're going to keep this energy, we have to follow through. And we have to follow through with the people that we get in office to replace Trump and his cult, to actually follow through the promises they're going to give us to get in office in the first place. We got Biden elected, and he did not revert the Trump tax cuts for the rich. He deported more people than Trump. He funded genocides. And we did this not just with Biden, but we did this with our local electeds too. There's a lot of great electeds that came here to speak. But there's a lot of electeds in this area, in this city in particular, that didn't come. And they're notably absent. Our mayor is not here. Our city attorney isn't here. She's at the Trump rally across the way. She's a Republican. Our city council's not here. So, when you talk to progressives, people that didn't turn out, and they say, what's the point of voting? I hope you understand where they're coming from, because to a lot of people on the bottom, it doesn't feel like there's a point, because they're getting treated the same by Democrats when they're in office versus Republicans. You can't tell someone that it's going to get hotter when you're already burning them. So this is what, I really hope, like I said, I hope I'm going to bring this down, because it gets better. I'll bring it. But I just want us to know that, I love seeing this. I love seeing this energy. And I saw it between 2017 and 2021. But during that time, we elected a Democrat mayor here that's doing exactly what Trump wants. He's a corporate puppet. But I'm just sorry, he probably would come here, but it's a little hard to get over from Belgium, where he lives. So, we have a Republican city attorney here who was elected in 2021. And we have a city council that is wholly bought and sold by the chamber. And they're doing exactly what Trump and his corporate backers are doing They're praising Elon Musk, not criticizing him. What did Bruce say about Elon? He's an innovative, he's a smart guy, innovative. So we need to carry this energy, not just here, show up, you don't just show up here, move and share, black out your Instagram, and call it a day. We need to follow through, and you follow through all the time, because voting is easy. Getting others to vote is the hard part. This is actually voting is the easy part. Speaking up, showing up all the time is what's actually hard. That's actually what's going to get us to win, but we got to keep that energy all the way through. Not just for 2024, but for 2028, 2032, but also 2025 this year. So start now. If you don't want a mayor that's going to capitulate to Trump and do his bidding, then you got to vote him out. There are challengers for Bruce. You should be going to donate to all of his challengers today. You should be giving your vouchers to this challenge. Everyone here has got $300 to give to a candidate to their opponents. You got a Republican city attorney that is going to defend corporations so they don't have to pay the taxes. She's up for election this year. You got a city council that's doing the same thing. They're giving all your tax money to the cops. So we have to know what's at stake, and it has to be, it can't just be part-time. You got to dial in year after year after year, election after election after election. And when those people that you get back in office don't do what they promise, which got you to vote for them in the first place, and somehow all these people that talk about universal health care, criminal justice reform, tax reform, and all these, I could go, this could go on. And we still don't have that in the most progressive city in the country. We have to get new ones in or do it ourselves. And that is possible. I was here in 2016 when we got 4 initiatives passed on the state ballot at once. We qualified them. Who was here? Who helped get a signature for House Our Neighbors for I-135? It is possible we do things for ourselves. Otherwise, we're just going to be repeating the cycle over and over and over. Democrats are going to ride the waves of progressive candidates, progressive women of color, and then they're going to abandon us again for another Joe Biden or Gavin Newsom or another moderate, and we're just going to repeat the cycle and say give way to Trump, another Trump getting back in office. So we need to find a way to band together, not make perfect the enemy good, because that's kind of what I do sometimes too. But we need to stop being scared of being labeled woke, being labeled DEI, because that's actually what got us winning in the first place. That's actually helped even moderate candidates like Biden getting back in office. We need to reclaim that, but also follow through and actually come through with the policies that Democrats keep promising us year after year. And I don't want to be like I'm, anti-democratic. I worked on Kamala's campaign in Detroit, in Michigan last year. And sadly it was kind of depressing to see a Democratic Party making these promises. But even when you talk to even visit Dearborn, Michigan, the city with the highest Muslim population in the country. And so we need to find a way to either motivate ourselves, do it ourselves, find new people that are actually going to follow through these promises. But like I said, when we actually do win in 2028, or even 2021, we have to follow through. We need this energy to follow through to keep and actually get these policies passed so we never have a Trump again. Trump and his cult is never going to compromise with us. There's no negotiating with them. We need to lift ourselves up. We need to raise our Democrats, support the actual progressive candidates, actually the type that actually showed up here to speak, and even hold them accountable when we put them back in office and get new people in office. Because that's the only way we're going to win. Otherwise, if we back out and we just leave them alone, we have to support them, not even and criticize them. We have to support them. Otherwise, that's it. We start compromising. We make room for fascism. We make way for Trump. And the longer we let them have power, the less chance we have of ever getting it back again. So I heard a chant earlier, and it said, "We won't back down."
No, we won't.
So I'm going to hold y'all to that. I know we won't back down up until 2028. I am challenging you to not back down after 2028. When we actually do get our government back, we do actually win, and we need to follow through with the policies and protect the people that actually need them the most. We need to be taxing the rich. We need to be helping the poor. We need to be raising the minimum wage. We need actual, real criminal justice reform so we don't have mandated slavery here in this country anymore in our prisons. That is on us to change. And that is on us to make sure that the people that we get in power make those changes. And we have to follow through and hold them accountable and not back down. So when I say we won't, and you say back down, I want you to really mean it and say it again and again and again after 2028, so we can actually get some real change in this country. And starting here right here in Seattle, the most progressive city in the country. So one more time, I know someone already said it, but we're going to say it again. We won't back down. We won't back down. We won't back down. Thank you, everyone.